We knew when the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season was going to begin. Well, now we know where it is going to officially finish. But before we talk about the 2024 finale, we're not even halfway through 2023. We're going to talk about some cool news in terms of NASCAR. Not necessarily anything in terms of driver moves or suspensions that we've seen recently, but it's more in terms of bringing an old car back. At Atlanta Motor Speedway this summer on July 9th, RCR will bring Kevin Harvick's first win car to the track to pace the field. I think this is a pretty cool news story. Of course, Kevin Harvick got his first career win in 2001 at Atlanta Motor Speedway in a photo finish over Jeff Gordon. And Harvick making his last start at Atlanta in July. I think this is a cool tribute to get to see his car back out on track of his first win, that exact car. Of course, all the emotions of that year, the emotions of that time period, to go out and win so quickly after Dale Earnhardt had died and Kevin Harvick had taken over the car in a new number, a new paint scheme. It was a really cool story back then, and it's going to be really cool to see that car on track in July at Atlanta. Now to the other news. We knew, as I said at the beginning of the video, the official start of the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season, February 18th, 2024, will be the Daytona 500. But now we know the championship date and the location. This year is Phoenix, and next year is... It's still Phoenix. So the championship weekend is going to be for November 1st through 3rd in 2024. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting choice. As you can see by this during the announcement, or Bob Pockers tweeted this, a lot of comments. Usually in Twitter, when you see that many comments compared to that many likes, it means someone either just tweeted, "Here, I have a question, please answer it in the comments," or it means, "Ooh, we don't like that." Yes, I know Twitter is not the opinion of everyone, but making Phoenix the championship race for the, let's see, it was 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. For the 5th straight season, it's a choice. Phoenix Raceway has been on the calendar a long time. Yes. It is a NASCAR-owned track, and they seem to like the finale. They've had it for Homestead and Phoenix the last 25 years or so, I forget when the last Atlanta one was. But yeah, so NASCAR, they seem to like having the finale with one of their own tracks instead of a Speedway Motorsports track. And they're keeping it at Phoenix. I gotta be brutally honest, I don't like this. Phoenix definitely deserves a spot on the schedule, don't get me wrong, maybe even a playoff race, yes. I thought it was a good elimination race. It had a couple big moments when it was an elimination race for the round of 8. We saw Denny Hamlin, I think he was in a must-win scenario in 2019, and that really shuffled up the points. 2017, we saw the Denny Hamlin chase Elliott the first round, not the thing that just happened Sunday, where Elliott got back at Hamlin, and then, of course, that same race, Matt Kenseth got his final win. So the Phoenix elimination race, it's had its moments. I think 2016 was the year Matt Kenseth had to win, and he got wrecked out of the lead because Kyle Busch shoved Bowman into him. So, as I said, Phoenix has had its moments as an exciting playoff track, but as a championship race, it just hasn't provided. And with the next-gen cars really struggling in terms of the racing quality on short tracks, and Phoenix races like a short track, I just really don't like this decision, honestly. And honestly, it's not even just Phoenix. If we had had Phoenix for 1 year and then abandoned it, or, just did it for a couple years, I wouldn't be complaining today. But I wish NASCAR would rotate the championship. I'm guessing that they want to keep the championship race, as I said earlier, especially in this crapshoot of a format. Is today a day that I'm allowed to complain about the format? Just because I don't like this format. I don't think it's the right way to crown a champion. I personally prefer the Winston style, where season-long, a normal racing championship format. NASCAR is the only freaking racing series that uses a playoff system, which is just stupid in my opinion. Okay, I rant about that too much. But that's just my opinion. You can have your own opinions. Yes, it's made exciting moments. Yes, all that. But to me, it just kills it. It just kills the championship. But anyways, if we're going to keep this crapshoot of a format, I think that they should rotate the championship race. And with the way the 1.5 miles have been racing with the next-gen car, I think we should move it back to 1.5 miles. Yes, towards the end of the Gen 6 era when they ran the 550 horsepower package, Homestead, well, all the 1.5 miles were not good, okay? They sucked. We saw what happened at Kansas in 2020. The last Homestead race where it was the championship, I couldn't tell you anything that happened outside of Kyle Busch won the championship and Denny Hamlin's team put too much tape on his grill. Couldn't tell you anything because it was a boring race. That's why. But with this next gen car, the 1.5 miles have been fantastic. Just look at this past week's race at the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. That was a fantastic race. I mean, seriously, I had so much fun watching that race. There was always something going on. Let's move the championship back to 1.5 mile speedway. I cannot believe I'm saying that. I'm not saying that we have to move it to a super speedway, though that would be ironic. Making this stupid championship format, putting the championship deciding race at Daytona, Talladega, or now Atlanta, that would be hilarious. It's not going to happen, but let's move it back to 1.5 miles. I did a mock schedule a few months ago, actually, less than a year ago. But I proposed that Las Vegas should be the finale. They've already tested the championship race out on the West Coast, and they've had success. They've sold out tickets, they've had good ratings, I think. So out West, they've done pretty good with the championship race. They've already experimented with it. Why not move it to Vegas? Maybe, as I said earlier, maybe NASCAR really does not want to give SMI the championship date. But if that's not the case, test it out at Vegas. Give Vegas the championship race. See what they can do. Charlotte, the oval has done great for the racing in the next gen car. I think those are two really good options. And also Charlotte, that's the home race for everyone. It's close by, gives you more time to prepare the car before the race. It'd be cool to win the championship at home, and then you don't have to travel a long way, I guess. But I would say Atlanta, but not New Atlanta. You can't do it there because it's a super speedway. If they didn't jack up Texas, if they didn't mess up 1 and 2 so bad, I would have said Texas probably 5 to 10 years ago, but then they did the repave, and the repave reconfiguration wasn't even the repave. It's the reconfiguration that's really messed Texas up. If it was the old Texas with the higher banking in both 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, I think you could have said Texas could be a championship date, and I think they would have pushed for it. I don't know about Kansas. Kansas is a great track. It's just kind of the location. But look at the 1.5 miles maybe. Maybe bring Chicagoland back for the championship. NASCAR's really pushing to go to Chicago. They got the Chicago street race. They're really trying to get that market to buy into NASCAR. Put the championship at Chicagoland maybe. I don't know. And I think NASCAR owns Chicagoland, so that would actually be a really cool compromise. But it's nothing personal against Phoenix Raceway. It's just the racing there the past few years has not been great necessarily. And for a championship race in a format that is a one-race shootout, I would prefer better racing. If we're going to make a format for entertainment value, entertainment basis, can we go to a track that's entertaining? That's my question. So, I don't think there's any other NASCAR news today. We talked about a lot yesterday with the Elliott suspended, LaJoy taking over, then Hocevar taking over the 7. It's been a news-filled couple of weeks. Josh Berry did the 4, and then if you're watching the channel consistently, you know this. You keep up with NASCAR, you know this. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. This weekend is probably not going to happen for me. I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to be traveling Sunday and Monday. So the odds of me watching the race are very low. And if I do, I'll watch the race highlights and post a really late night video of a race recap. And it will probably be a really quick race recap. The only way I do something like immediately after the race is if something big happens, like if Corey LaJoy goes out there and wins. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be traveling Sunday, so I'll miss probably both the F1 and NASCAR races. But sorry, it's traveling. I can't control it. So hope you understand. If not, I'm sorry. I am sorry. But thanks for watching this video, as I said, and have a great rest of your day. It's an early video. There could be more news today. I doubt it, but you never know with NASCAR.